How I'd remake the DCEU. The League is licking their wounds and brainstorming a plan of action after many of their members were seemingly possessed by mystical crystals. Mystical crystals. Back at the lake house, the League would question this mysterious man, starting off with basic questions. I am Jim Corrigan. I was a police officer in Gotham City before I was murdered by the mob. I was a cop in the 1940s. Put me in a barrel of cement and dropped me off in the harbor. My soul was granted to return to Earth, but under the condition that I serve as the spirit of vengeance, the Spectre. Honestly, still wondering if it was worth it. As Corrigan finishes his tale, Booster and Ted fall through the ceiling trying to be stealthy, and they are immediately grabbed by Superboy and Supergirl and examined and interrogated for what they may know. Corrigan then returns to his story that he doesn't know how to reconnect with the Spectre. He is then shocked to see a phantom stranger come into the lake house. He then gives a history lesson on the Spectre, Asmodeus, and finally Eclipso. Eclipso is who you're really battling here. The Spectre would actually be of great help in your quest. The crystals are Eclipso's prison. Once the pieces are brought to one place, Eclipso will reform and be nigh unbeatable. There are two ways that he could be defeated. There are the crystals themselves. They reassembled are the Heart of Darkness, the prison where he had been kept for millennia. And once they are close enough to one another, Eclipso will return to his physical form. They would need to reassemble the heart from the crystals that none of them would be able to touch without then turning into his minions. But it would work if the Heart of Darkness was reformed. Or they could find the Spear of Destiny, or Holy Lance, the spear that had pierced the side of Christ during his crucifixion. The climax of the movie would come after more scenes of the League having run-ins with Eclipso's puppets, which sadly results in Hawkman and Hawkgirl becoming possessed. The Spear of Destiny turns out to be the one in Vienna. During the climax, the first win of the heroes is Jim Corrigan regains the spirit of the Spectre. The villains win when the pieces of the heart are brought close enough together to reform Eclipso physically. The spear is then buried in the rubble of the museum. However, Eclipso then loses all of his acolytes, with Impulse shepherding the corrupted into Simon and Guy's grip. Raven then uses her empathic abilities amplified by John Constantine and Zatanna Zatara. However, this kills Raven. In a fit of rage, Eclipso kills one of his old acolytes, John Stewart. Eclipso then looks to take over a new host, the Spectre himself. As the Spectre is attempting to gather the shards of the Heart of Darkness and reform Eclipso's prison, the vengeful spirit possesses the replacement Spirit of Vengeance. While now a being without any individual rival, Eclipso picks up Bizarro and rips him in half. Red Tornado amplifies his abilities to slow down Eclipso when the vortexes uncover the Spear of Destiny. The staff is then taken up by the nearest to it, Damian Wayans. Damian is violently knocked away into a nearby wall after sticking the spear into Eclipso's chest. We see the spear being taken up by a new hand. Dr. Fate takes the spear and drives it directly into Eclipso and Spectre's heart. We see the green light coming from every pore of the Spirit of Vengeances when they are then placed into the corpse of ordinary Jim Corrigan.